What is up, peeps? You just download Battlefield 6, and do you want the smoothest settings for FPS, graphics, and general controller settings for console? Well, this is the video for you. So let's jump into the settings menu. Let's cruise through these settings so you can start playing as soon as possible. Now, for the accessibility one, we're not going to take a look at that because it has a couple of settings from all the other ones. So we're going to go directly into the main settings. So for the first one, we want gameplay. We're going to go to the third option here where it says hold/toggle. And here you got a bunch of iterations that you can change between toggle. One of the ones that I did change was the double tap forward to sprint. That means if you move your joystick double tap forward, you will start sprinting without holding your running button. Next one that I changed was this one, double tap crouch for sprint slide. If this one is on by default, that means you have to double tap the crouch to activate a slide, so we don't want that. Next up, something that does help a lot is the steady scope. That means whenever you ADS downside, click on the hold your breath button, you will toggle it. So the moment you click it once, you will hold your breath, and that is definitely a lot better. This one's also very important, the interact and reload. We're going to go here into the let me take a look right here to the first one that says reload, tap, and interact hold. The way that is default set is that if you click square once, like if you want to reload and you've got weapons and things like that in front of you, it will pick up the weapon. So make sure you select this one, reload, tap, interact, hold, and then everything like that will remain the same. Next up, we're going to go to the bottom here. Now I'm going to go into more in depth with the settings and the sensitivity settings in a further video, but for this one, just copy what I got. All right, next up, we're going to go into the aim sensitivity settings. Now I'm going to make a specific video for this one to explain it more in depth, but this one, let's just copy what I have right now. For the infantry aim sensitivity, I got it at 32. This one is the one that I already explained. I do not change any of these ones right here. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom. This one, again, the same one that I talked about. The vehicles and all that, I did not change anything here. Now let's go into the aim assist. We did change a couple settings here. I do play in linear, so I do change it to linear. If not, you can keep it at standard, but I love playing linear. If you can get used to that, you will be a better player. Trust me on that one. Aim assist, everything stays the same except this one. Actually, the infantry aim assist slowdown, believe it or not, I did reduce it because the aim assist was so much, but it just wasn't even on the person. Like, you'd get a slowdown like a meter around the dude, and it just didn't let you track the enemies properly, especially when you had like a bunch of enemies together. The aim assist actually messed you up. So drop it down on this one, and then as well for the infantry zoom aim input curve, also put linear, or just keep it the same one as the one that you have above on this one, and then everything else is going to be exactly the same. Next up, sorry about that. Next up, we got campaign, but again, we're not going to go into the campaign settings, so we're going to skip that and go into the controller settings. Now here, we click controller, you go into edit settings, and you can change a bunch of things. Now, when you go into the controller settings, you got some of the same settings that you had in the other one. Like, it duplicates a lot of the settings, so as you guys can see, but once you go to the bottom here, now you can specifically change the sensitivities for the aim. So for this one, for example, I've got the infantry zoom aim sensitivity. I've got this one at 78, and then I've got them decreasing. So the first one's 85, then I've got 80s, then I've got 75, then I've got 70. So if you want, go ahead and copy those values right there. I haven't used an 8x or a 10x, that's why that one is still at 100. And everything here is almost the same. Keep going all the way to the bottom, and yeah, it is going to be exactly the same. I don't know why they duplicated like a lot of the settings. It is kind of weird sometimes. Now, if you want to change the L1 and R1 for shooting, which I do that, you're going to go into here, infantry passenger control mapping, and then once you go into here, then that means you can map a bunch of the buttons. Like, for example, if you want to change a specific one, and this is the ones that I changed. So if we go all the way to the bottom right here, there we go. We got your fire and zoom, and I do shoot and aim with L1, R1. So you want to change it, make sure you do this one. But as soon as you change L1, R1, remember to go to your other ones right here, which we are going to check, which are a little bit above. Like, once you change this one, you have to go all the way to the top and change these ones as well, because these are going to be L1 and R2. So you just want to unbind them to the other buttons once you do that. And then the other edit controller schemes, again, they're like transport, aircraft, and all that, but we're not going to be going into depth in that. Again, I don't main that, any of that, so I'm not going to be talking about that. Next up, we got your mouse and keyboard, so you can connect it if you have a mouse and keyboard, but we're talking about controller settings, so no need for that. We're going to go into the graphics, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. For example, in the performance preset, you're going to click it and change to the right one, and it's going to change to performance mode, meaning that it's going to improve your frame rate. And honestly, the graphics are amazing, but you always want that frame rate. Again, world brightness, we toned it down a little bit to 45. The UI brightness doesn't really matter. The sharpness, I actually tuned it down a little bit because I feel the game's a little bit too sharp, and then the graphics don't look as good. So again, tune this to your personal preference, also depending on your monitor or where you're looking at, but tune this to sharpness as well. The field of view, I like it at 109. I don't like it higher than that, especially for a game like Battlefield where you're shooting enemies at a distance. So 120 is going to make that middle of your screen way too far. So I like to play at 109. Pretty important settings to change here. The weapon motion blur, turn that all the way off. The world motion blur as well, camera shake, all that, because again, it's going to avoid your screen shaking like crazy because you got a lot of explosions. So make sure you turn that off. And all these ones again turn off as well. They will be on by default. The chromatic aberration, the vignette, and film grain, turn all those things off, and they just make your screen a lot cleaner. A lot of these settings are to make it a little more cinematic, but again, you don't want all that stuff. All these ones are going to remain the same. And then here we're going to go into this one, the advanced HUD settings. Once we jump into this one, we're going to go into the bottom one. Very important, minimap size. It's going to be by default small. You can go ahead and increase it large if you want your minimap to be bigger. I definitely recommend that as well. You can change the opacity here, the cone, and all that sort of stuff. You can change all those things, but I left it as is. I just changed what I had here. You can even change what you can show in your minimap, but just keep it as it is, and that's the only one we're going to change from there. And then another interesting one, after we go out of that, you can actually edit your crosshairs and indicators. So we're going to go here and edit, and I've got mine green. Now the intensity is going to be set all the way to 0, so make sure you turn that all the way up. That means that the color is going to be a lot brighter, and it's going to be a lot thicker as well, so you're going to be able to see your crosshairs a lot easier, and you can put whatever color you want. And on the right hand side, you guys can see you've got like the visual, you got the maps on where you can see the things. So again, pretty important there. You can choose whatever color. Again, you want to choose a color that you don't see in the world a lot. So I chose green, and I think it works so far so good. So you can either choose like green or purple. You want something that stands out, and you can change everything, like your hit indicator, whether you want your headshot color to be something different. All those things you can change here to your personal preference. Again, that one's more a personal preference rather than the best settings for that one. Next up, we're going to go into audio, and this one's also pretty important. I like my master volume just a little bit lower because the volume is crazy on this one. Also depends on the headphones that you got. Music volume, I'm going to turn that actually a little bit more, actually down just a little bit more, because you don't really care about the music. Everything else, you want to have that at 100%. And then the sound system by default is actually set to, why does it keep, it's actually set to auto, but go ahead and select which one you're playing in. So obviously I'm playing in headphones, so you can change headphones. You can actually put, like, if you got 3D headphones, if you got whichever one you have. So put the ones that you have, but I like headphones, and this one's actually pretty good. You got audio mix as well. You got different ones like high dynamics, and then you've got like the night mode. But again, I play default mix, and to be honest, I can hear the footsteps perfectly, everything perfectly, so I didn't want to mess with that. I just changed the headphone on that one. And then if the people are talking too loud or anything like that, you can go here and put the voice chat volume, and then take that one. And then the microphone mode, you can either put like open mic, or you can click to, and you got your microphone threshold, all those sort of thing. You got that I think it's titness, however you pronounce that thing, but again, we got that one right here. We tuned it down a little bit. Now here you got your system, but everything is going to be pretty much the same. Here you got your minimap. Like, again, you can change your minimap, which is the one that I showed you, and that is going to be it on this one. You can put the stats, so if you guys want them, like, to see your FPS and all that, but that's going to be the best settings for the smoothest gameplay, the best aim sensitivity settings. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions. Peace out, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next one.